Next up, we have the amazing Alicia Downs. Yeah.
Okay, so growing up without my father and his family in my life kind of made him a mystery to me. I mean, I knew enough stuff about him, the important stuff, so I didn't hook up with a cousin at some point in my life, like who the important family figures were, that they were Puerto Rican, and oh, by the way, my father had shot and killed my mother's father when I was a baby. Yeah, heavy, right? Needless to say, my parents' relationship didn't work out, and if mother had anything to say about them, there were few kind words. So, like things that are scary to us, I was still curious, and I would often whisper to my older sister about maybe one day reaching out to that side of my family. Fast forward to adulthood, and my sister calls me one day. She has a knack for questionable ideas, like the time she decided to toss mother's dishes off the balcony onto the paved driveway like frisbees to see if they were actually unbreakable, which they weren't, by the way. This time she calls me out of the blue and says, hey, let's call Sylvia. Now, Sylvia is my father's mother, and I've never spoken to her. Like I said, family history is kind of rough. But I've been talking about it for years, and my sister, being the impulsive half to our tag team, decided to pull the trigger. It doesn't really matter if I agreed or not, though, because she had already clicked over to the other line and started dialing. She pops back onto the line. Don't worry, I'll do all the talking, but you're still there, right? Yeah, I'm here. At least in spirit, not really sure what to say. The phone starts to ring, and my fingers start to tingle right before they start to go numb. I'm sitting in Georgia in my car, all the windows rolled up and AC blasting, hoping to escape the hot and sticky summer, as well as any distractions. Doing my best impersonation of a refrigerator, but I'm failing because I feel the moisture somehow still doing upon my skin. By the second ring, I've pretty much lost all my nerve, and I'm ready to tell my sister, abort mission, when a new voice jumps onto the line. Hello? Holy shit, snack, somebody answered the goddamn phone. Hello, may I speak to Sylvia? My sister says in her best code switch. This is Sylvia, says the voice. This is Sylvia, and all these things start running through my mind. And shit really got real in that moment. And that's when I hear my sister say, oh, by the way, Alicia's on the phone too. She wants to talk to you. Alicia? Alicia, are you there? I realized at that second that I couldn't answer right away because I'd forgotten to breathe. So I forced air and courage back into my lungs and managed to speak out. Yes, ma'am, I'm here. Alicia, oh Alicia, I remember you as a baby. It was the last time I saw you. Now, Sylvia, I had been told, was basically a 6-foot-tall stick of dynamite, short fuse, packed a hell of a punch. So there was something unexpected in her voice, but I wasn't quite sure what it was. My sister, my tag team partner, much like the gorgeous ladies of wrestling we used to watch on Saturday mornings, tagged in and saved me, giving me an out, taking over the conversation. For the next 30 minutes, they peck away at the last 25 years that we had missed together. School, work, kids. And then at that time, I am wondering to myself as I listened, because I was the quiet kid, I kind of just always took things in, if they were actually going to talk about it. Were we actually going to talk about my grandfather's murder by my father's hand? As if Sylvia could see into my heart through the telephone line, she says, I went to the hospital that day when it happened, when I learned what your father did. And your father, he came there too. When I saw him, I told him, you should not have done this. You were wrong. You should never have gone there. You should have left those people alone. Leave them alone, I told you. Now, in the abbreviated version of this event that I'd gotten as a kid, never did I hear about the hospital, much less that my father or any part of his family was there. They had always been painted as co-conspiring villains. And I was really confused in the moment. But Sylvia goes on. You know, it changed him, what he did. He was never the same. He never married again, but I guess being married to my mom is enough for anybody. He never had any more kids, just you and your sister, that's it. He gets confused about things a lot now, but you know what? He always remembers your birthdays. Always. He never forgets you. Even if I could have found my voice in that moment, I had no words. So I just let the silence be. And Sylvia wasn't done. She goes on to say that, you know, I know why she did it, why your mother took you away. She wanted to keep you safe, but she was just gone. You were just gone. She said nothing. We knew nothing. You were here and you were gone, and we never saw you again. There was a few moments of reflective silence, and we just let them be. I'm still sitting in my car with fat tears breaking the waterline, crying something I abhor, but I can't control it. And these tears roll down my cheeks and land fatly in my lap in the silence. And for the first time in this conversation, my sister's quiet too. I don't remember who broke the silence first, but once it had been, my sister promises to send Sylvia photos of us for all the years that she had missed. And Sylvia promises to do the same. There were lots of questions and answers that would come out of this conversation, yet they all seemed to be the right ones. There's lots I still didn't know, but one thing I knew for sure was that Sylvia was my grandmother. She was my abuela, and despite everything, after all these years, she loved me, and all that time. And I learned that day that in my own way,